totally loving this guitar. I really am digging it. It's making me happy. So thanks, Barry. Hey, Tim here. I thought that I would spend a moment or two or three talking about this new guitar for me here. My friend Barry Grez, who's the owner and producer of Grez Guitars, recently created a new model called the Grand Tour. And there's quite a buzz around this guitar. It's basically a hollow body guitar, arch top, carved top guitar with some Grez developments. Now, Barry is a sound engineer by trade earlier on. Now he's a guitar maker. But he was trained in getting big, ungainly buildings to sound good with PA systems in them. And he's very good at that. And he has high skill level in that area. And he's applied some of those things to guitar making. And all you have to do is go to his Instagram page or to his website, and you can see him talking about some of these developments. Basically, the idea is he's created a system of getting a thinner-bodied guitar to respond more like a full-bodied guitar by putting some mass in the center. So basically, it's a hollow-body guitar with a mass here that doesn't touch the top. Anyway, too much technicality for me, but the result is a remarkable guitar. Now, a little history. I met Barry a long time ago, probably more than 10 years ago now, and he sent me one of his early guitars. I made a demo of it. If you want to search back through the archives, you can find that demo. And it's a very lovely guitar. And one of the things that Barry is very good at is he listens and learns. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to share some of my observations with Barry about things I think might, I don't know, if not improve his designs, I wouldn't be so bold as to say that, but just make them a little more to my liking, which is a completely different subject. Anyway, a few years later, Barry made me a guitar, which I love and use. It was a kind of ES350 type guitar. And then about a year and a half ago, he loaned me a guitar to use on a recording session and also played another guitar that he had. Anyway, I started noticing that some things had changed about his particularly the feel of the neck and some other things. And of course, this is, 500 guitars later since the very first one that I played. And these guitars are really starting to catch on. People are starting to really love them. And I played one. I thought, oh my God, it feels so perfect. The neck shape, everything about it feels really great. So when I found out about this Grand Tour being released, I just had to have one. Full disclosure, I bought this guitar from Barry. He gave me a reasonable artist discount, but he didn't give me the guitar, that's for sure. And I was in the queue just like everybody else waiting my turn. I got it about 4 or 5 days ago, and I'm absolutely loving it. So, a couple of things we should know about this guitar. It's fully hollow, and they're customizable because Barry's a hands-on guy and loves customer service, so he was able to and willing to make this guitar, customized to my likes. It's a 25-inch scale with a 1 11/16 nut. The neck carve is perfect. It doesn't make a big jump or graduate too severely. It's really wonderful. I had him put in these parallelograms. Usually I think he uses dots, but I think it looks great. This is a Lawler Charlie Christian in a humbucking housing, which is my pickup of choice, and I was really pleased with how it sounds. It's so much what I'm comfortable with, but ever so slightly different because of the guitar. And this is a Lawler Imperial regular wind in the bridge. Barry made this, I don't know if you can see it, he made this pickguard with a flower on it to kind of evoke this ES 295 quality that we're going for on this. And then his beautiful bridge, which he learned how to make it kind of a brass color. It's stainless steel, but he figured out how to heat it up and spin some brass brushes on it to get it to be brass colored. I found out these are called teacup knobs, early Hofner teacup knobs. Let's see if you can see that. Anyway, enough talking. Oh, it's a mahogany body and neck, and it's maybe 6 pounds, maybe 5.8 pounds, fairly light. I could be wrong about that. It's very light. The other thing that Barry did to my request is he moved the jack north a little bit, because when I play, I sit the guitar on my lap like this most of the time, and the jack always gets in the way. So I just asked him if he could hoist it up a little bit, and he was happy to do that. Worked out pretty well. And then also he used the old Grez headstock that he and I developed for my earlier ES350 type guitar, and he thought that it would be nice to put that headstock on, which I really like. So anyway, let me just give you, and the other thing I wanted to say is, I'm going to turn it off, the pickup off. And I want you to hear, it's got a very lovely acoustic sound. It's not like an acoustic guitar. It's not like a full-bodied archtop, but it's so balanced and responsive. The strings are so vibrant. In fact, I made a recording of the guitar with a close mic acoustically and sent it to Barry so he could hear that it really is quite a interesting thing. And so I'm going to leave this mic on so you can hear how it, maybe a little bit more how it feels to my ears, hearing the acoustic component of the guitar along with the pickup and the amp. Okay, now let me just do a little playing. And just in case you were wondering if it's a one-trick pony or anything, this is just kind of my world that I live in. But you put me in a trio with a drummer, and I got to do some other things too. So let's check that out. back to the neck pickup. All right. A couple of other small details that I remembered. These little grommets right here are just my own sort of obsession about reducing the sympathetic vibrations that are behind the bridge, because it drives me crazy if I hear a slightly... I mean, this is not a flaw of the guitar, don't get me wrong. Every Art Shop guitar with a tailpiece does this, and I always put these little grommets on. People always ask me, that's not part of the guitar. You could weave something in there, you could ignore it, you could exploit it. There's all kinds of things about this phenomenon, but I put them there just to keep myself from going crazy with the sympathetic, slightly out of tune sympathetics. Upon my request, Barry found some 300K pots to put in here, because I thought that 250K pots can be a little bit dark for this pickup, and then maybe as a compromise, this one would be work well with a 300K pot. So that's that. I don't know really what else to say, except that I'm totally loving this guitar. I really am digging it. It's making me happy. So thanks, Barry.